Hello everyone and welcome back to the Access Show. In this video, we are going to see that how we can set up a custom domain for our internal cloud and service using a load balancer in a Shared VPC setup, such that we will able to access our internal cloud and service through a load balancer, and also we will use Cloud DNS to map the IP address of our load balancer, such that we do not have to remember the IP address of our load balancer. Now we have three options which we can use, but these three options are for external access. So let's suppose if you want to access your cloud and service through public internet, then we have three things which you can use. That is, you can use the global external application load balancer, or you can achieve it through Firebase hosting, or you can use the cloud and custom domain mapping. Now this one, that is custom domain mapping, is a pre-GA feature, which means it's not generally available as of now, and also this service is only available into some of the regions, like it's not available in all of the regions. And all these three methods which are listed here, this is if you want to access your cloud and service externally. But in this video we are going to see that how we can access our cloud and service internally through our VPC without going to the internet. So this is somehow our setup will look like. So let's suppose this is our organization. And in this organization, we are having two projects. So suppose this is our host project and this is our service project. Now inside this host project, our VPC will reside. So this is our VPC, and inside this VPC, we are having multiple subnets. Now our resource, that is our cloud and service, will remain in this service project. And by default, cloud and services are not associated with any VPC. So if you want to make any request, or if the response which you get from your cloud and service, it will be going through the public internet. But we do not want to use public internet for the communication. We want that all the communications, that is the ingress, the request which is coming to this cloud and service, and the egress, the response which we are getting from our cloud and service, it should be done through our internal network using this VPC connector. So this is something what we want actually, that this is our cloud and service, and this is our VPC. Now, all the request which is coming to this cloud and service, it should come through this VPC. And also the output or the response which we are getting from our cloud and service will go through this VPC setup. Once we achieve this thing, we will implement one load balancer in between this cloud and service and the VPC, such that the request will reach out to this load balancer, and this load balancer will then communicate with the cloud and service, and it will handle the incoming request and give them response from the cloud and service. So this is something how our entire implementation will look like. Now let's proceed with the implementation of the service. So this is my host project and this is my service project. So for this tutorial, I have already set up the shared VPC in our projects. But in case if you haven't set up your shared VPC, then please watch our previous video in which I have shown that how you can set up the shared VPC inside your organization in a very detailed and step-by-step process. So before continuing this video, if you haven't set up the shared VPC in your projects, then I recommend that please watch that video and complete your shared VPC setup, and then you can follow along with this tutorial. So as I mentioned that this is our host project in which our networking and the VPC lies into this project. And this is our service project in which we are going to create our resources. So let's start with the deployment of our cloud and service. So this is basically our cloud and service. And in this service, it's basically a simple hello world service. So when we call this service, it will return us as an hello world. And this is our Docker file. So this Docker file is used to create a container image for this application, using which we will deploy our Cloud Run instance. And this is the small README file. I'll share all of these files into the repository and add that repository link into the description. So for this tutorial, we first need to enable these APIs. So this is Cloud Build, Artifact Registry, and the Cloud Run API. After that, we'll create one repository in the artifact registry in which we are going to store the Cloud Run image. and then we'll submit a build. So this build basically creates the container image and then we'll deploy the cloud and service. So let's proceed one by one. If you want, you can use the Cloud Shell terminal as well. But here, like just for the purpose of ease, I'm using the my built-in terminal. So first of all, let's set the project. So I'm copying the project ID here, and we need to run the command gcloud config set project. So I have set up this project, and now you have to run the gcloud auth login command. I have already run this command, so I'm not going to run this. But in case if you haven't, then you have to run this gcloud auth login command and then enable this APIs. So just copy and paste this command. It will enable the required APIs into this project. So our APIs are got enabled, and now let's create the artifact registry. So if you want, you can create this through GUI as well, but I am using this. Okay, so I got this error because I haven't exported my variables. So this will be the first step. So after configuring the uh, projects, you need to expose all of these variables. So here I'm using the reason US Intel one. You can choose as per your requirement, and this will be my repository name, that is my Docker repo. And I am naming this cloud and service as Hello Node service. So just copy these variables and export it, and then again run this artifact registries command to create this artifact registry. So our artifact registry got created, and now we need to submit this build. So what this gcloud build submit will do, so basically that it will use this Docker file to create a container image and then upload that image to this artifact registry. So let's run this command. Okay, so I'm not inside my this directory. So I am currently at parent level. So I have to go inside this directory, that is GCP serverless cloud run and internal load balancer. Now I am inside my repository, and now I can run this gbuild command. So our build has started. And if you want, we can see this the logs of this build using this link. So these are the logs of our cloud build. Okay, so our build got completed, and yes, it got and the image has been uploaded to this artifact registry which we have created. Now let's deploy our cloud instance. So just go to cloud run and click on deploy container. So for container image URL, just click on select, and we will going to use the image which we have just uploaded to our artifact registry. So this is our image, and for region, we'll go with your central one. Now for authentication, I want to allow public access, means do not check for authentication because we are making it as an internal. So here the request which is coming to this cloud and service, all those requests will come through the VPC which got routed to this cloud and service. So the ingress we have made it internal, and the egress part also we have to configure it through VPC. So for that, we just need to select this option, that is connect to a VPC for outbound traffic. So now for outbound traffic, we have two options, that is to go with direct VPC egress, or we can use with serverless VPC connectors. So the difference between these two methods is that in serverless VPC connector, we ourselves has to create the compute instances through which the networking will takes place. And as we have to create those instances, we also have to pay for them. But in direct VPC egress, we do not have to create any compute instance, and those will be managed by Google Cloud. And also, we do not have to pay anything for the egress part. So this is the latest and the cheaper option as compared to the serverless VPC connector. And for this direct VPC egress, I'm going to select the shared network, that is the shared VPC, which has been shared from our host project. So now we have the network, and now we have to choose the subnet. So our subnet name is also shared prod VPC. So just click on this and click on create. So our service creation got failed, and we got an error that is we do not have access to subnetwork in our host project. So we face this error because although like we have shared the VPC among this project, but still the service account of this project do not have access to look up into the VPC or the subnets present in the host project. So that's why we need to perform some steps to grant the permission on our host project such that the service account of our service project will able to see the VPC and the subnets in our host project. So for that, just open this link and this is the IAM permission which we need to grant on our host project such that we will be able to look into the our host project VPC and the subnets and able to bind that with our cloud on service. So this is the command that is first we need to bind our host project ID. So let's go to our host project. So this is our host project ID. So just copy it from here and uh, and paste the host project ID. And now we need a service project number. So let's go to our service project and just copy the project number from here. Paste this project number here, copy this command and run this in our terminal. So we just need to set the project here. So gcloud config set project devops hu-host, and now we need to run this command. So we have added the policy. Now we need to grant the access in our subnet. So let's go to the VPC and search for VPC network. So this is my VPC, that is shared prod VPC. Now let's go to the subnet. So I want to deploy this cloud on service in the US Central 1 region. So this will be our region and the name here is shared prod VPC. So let's copy it from here and paste it in the subnet ring. Region will be US Central 1 and yeah, that's it. Just copy this command and run it. So we are good with this. And now we need to get the permission to our cloud and service agent. So for this, we need service project ID. So just go to our service project, copy the name from there and paste it in the service project. Copy this command and run it. So these are the required steps which we have to do. So the service account of our service project has the access to our host project VPC and the subnets. So now let's go to our cloud run service again and let's redeploy this service. So just click on this, edit and redeploy, and let me check that if everything is same. Let us container and the request base. Okay, now let's check for the network. So okay, we need to select the subnet here. Shared prod VPC. Yeah, and click on deploy. So until this service is getting deployed, let's create a compute instance in the same network such that we will be able to test our cloud and service that it is working as intended or not. So I will go with the reason US Central one and let's go to the networking tab. So here there is a network which is already selected. So just delete this and we'll uh, select our shared project VPC here. So just click on that network that is shared with me from our host project and choose this shared prod VPC subnet here and click on create. I guess the cloud and service might have got created. So our service got deployed successfully, and now we need to test it from our VM instance that are we able to connect with this service or not, and most importantly, if the service is working or not. Yeah, it got deployed 2 minutes ago. So just copy this URL and so our instance got created successfully. So just type curl and let's see. Yeah. So here we can see that we are able to call our cloud and service from our VM instance, and also we are getting the expected output. So this is we are getting the response from our cloud and service. So now let's create a load balancer and put this cloud and instance behind the load balancer. So search for load balancer. Let's create one load balancer. So it will be a of type application load balancer. We want an internal one, and we can go with cross regional as well. But for now, since our deployment is an US central one, and we are only have a single region, so we'll go with the US central one region. And let's configure our. So let's name this load balancer as Cloud Run Sample Load Balancer. The region will be a central one for network. Select Shared VPC and Proxy-Only subnet. So we need to reserve. But since this is cross project, so we won't be able to reserve this IP from here. So let's go to our host project and click on Add Subnet. Name it as Load Balancer Reverse Proxy. Region should be yes central one, and this the purpose of the subnet is regional managed proxy. So just select this and choose this range and click on add. So this will create one reverse proxy subnet for our load balancing. So say it's in progress. So let's wait until it got created such that we will able to see that proxy here. So meanwhile it is getting created, let's set up our backend. So just click on create a backend service and name it as Cloud Run Sample Backend. And our backend type should be of serverless network endpoint group, that is serverless neg. So I'll select this. Now click on this new backend. So we'll create a new endpoint group for this. So click on create serverless network and I will name it as Cloud Run Sample Net backend, and this will be our service and traffic should be none. Click on create. So let's click on done. So this is our backend net, and let's enable the login such that in case if we face any issue, then we will able to troubleshoot those through this logs, and click on create. So our backend service got created. Let's see. Okay, so our proxy is also get created. Let's reserve. Mm, I'm not getting it. Let's change this network and maybe yeah. So by changing the network, it able to fetch it. We have created this backend as well. Now let's configure this front-end configuration. So I will name it as Cloud Run Frontend and the protocol. So for this tutorial, we are going to use the HTTP protocol. But if you have a requirement of HTTPS, then you can select the HTTPS protocol as well. But in HTTPS protocol, you have to upload your certificate. So you have to provide the certificate for your domain, such that it can be trusted communication that is being get established. But for this tutorial, we are just going with HTTP such that we do not have to upload this certificate and choose the subnetwork. So subnetwork will also remain the same. And yeah, that's it. So just click on create. If you want, you can review this setup as well. So our load balancer is been getting created. It might take some time. So our load balancer got created successfully. Let's go inside this to get the IP address for this. And this is the IP address of our load balancer. So now let's copy this load balancer IP address and let's see if we are able to curl it or not. So yes, we are able to curl to this IP address and this is working as intended and we are getting the output from our cloud run service as well. So now let's configure the cloud DNS for this load balancer such that we do not have to remember this IP address, as remembering IP address is a bit challenging. So let's go to our host project and let's go to Cloud DNS. So we need to create a zone. So we have to enable the Cloud DNS API for this. So our Cloud DNS API has been enabled. Now click on this create zone and zone type should be private. I will name it as sample cloud run and I will name this DNS as DevOps keep it default and for network shared broad VPC network for this project and click on create. So our DNS zone has been created. Now we have to create one record into this, that is a record, such that when the request comes to this domain, it will route that request to this IP address. Just paste the IP address of your load balancer. Remove this port number from here. Okay, I have some space in the beginning, so that's why it's giving, and now it's fine. So this is the IP address of our load balancer, which we have got from here. And this is a record type. Just click on create. So our DNS has been configured. Now let's try to make request to this domain from our VM instance. So let's try to curl on dev.hq.in. So we are getting this output. So our cloud DNS is also being get configured successfully. In case if you are not seeing any response while making a curl request to this cloud domain or maybe like to this load balancer IP address, then please wait for like 1 or 2 minutes because sometimes it takes around 1 or 2 minutes to fully propagate it, the thing. So just wait for like 1 2 minutes and you will be able to see the request is coming from your IP address and from the cloud DNS as well. So this is all about the setup, and I hope this video was helpful for you. And thank you so much for watching.